And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Go ahead and say it, Ed. Go Tigers!
When I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
You like that? You like that?
F it. Jamar's down there somewhere.
In the New Orleans Saints select Marcus Davenport.
No!
Splash Brothers. Yeah.
It's playoff. Keep going, Brace.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
What is up, guys? Dirty Boot Sports, and we are back with episode 206. This is sad day.
Sad.
It's raining outside.
Sad day, bad day.
Yeah, it's raining a little bit.
I haven't had one of
down.
these. Like, I'm usually back and going, but this loss really, it got to me.
Yeah,
we were the better team. I guess that's what really frustrates me. We were. We
didn't play like it.
Yeah, we did not, but we were. Defensively, I think we did.
We had the best player on the field.
Who?
Number 2, Kyron Lacey.
The guy that didn't have a catch in the second half?
Unguardable. We went away from him.
I think that's Joe Sloan's fault.
Here we go. Yeah, we're talking about LSU, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Great night. Great night Sunday. We were very high coming off of, great weekend of football. Saturday was fun. I was hitting the bets. We had a fantasy draft on Sunday afternoon. We're like, LSU tonight. We're not losing. We can't lose 5 straight openers, man. Can't lose 5. No shot.
I almost said T-Bob's favorite word on whiskey and wine. There, it almost slipped.
T-Bob had he
had a rough night.
He had a rough night.
It was so funny, though.
He had
I
a
loved
rough night.
I loved it. I sat there and watched it all that night.
I wish I loved LSU just a fraction of what that man loves LSU.
Ooh.
He's he's a very passionate man.
Yes.
I loved watching whiskey and wine on Saturday or Sunday night. But yeah, it was a pretty bad game overall. I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit more pretty soon. But yeah, we're gonna be talking LSU and then
just a little college slate.
Yeah, little college preview, nothing crazy, and then we're gonna do another episode after this and do our final NFL preview because football really gets going tomorrow night.
The real football starts, boy.
Yeah, NFL tomorrow night, Ravens, Chiefs, and then from then on, man, it's just going to be football every night, and it's going to be beautiful.
I'm not a fan of the NFL trying to go back to Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting.
I haven't seen that. What are you talking about?
They're thinking about pushing the first week to Labor Day weekend and playing Thursday through Monday.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that, though.
Because that's kind of just feels like college.
It just feels college to me.
Which, and speaking of that, I went to Doghouse last night to play trivia, and one of the questions was Labor Day marks the start of what sports season? So, I mean, obviously it was football, but I also wrote down in the parentheses, I was like, college football. Because I always associate college football with Labor Day. So, I mean, that right there is exactly that. Because,
right.
I mean, you could kind of say Labor Day happens and then boom, NFL starts too, but at the same time, I think college football is what.
Because I'm assuming they're doing this for the 18th regular season game when they do this.
Yeah.
Instead of going back another week.
They supposed to be pushing it back a week.
Because there's nothing in February.
But I guess they'd probably have to go one in the front and in the back because of second bye if they do that.
I thought pushing it back would give them the second bye. I thought that was the whole reason of pushing to President's Day because that would give them the second bye.
You're just adding
Are they going to get another game, though?
You're not adding 2 weeks.
You're not adding 2 weeks, though.
Are they playing another
19-week season?
Yeah, it'd be 18. You still get your bye.
Yeah, I mean, it's like now it's an 18-week season.
Right now it's
17 games.
Right now it's 18 weeks.
For 17 games, and you're going to make it 19 for 18.
But no, I think they're going to get – I think they were saying if they go to 18 games, they're wanting 2 buys. So 20 weeks.
How does that make it 20 weeks, Clay?
Because you play 18 games and you have 2 buys. 18 plus 2 is 20.
He's right. We're overthinking it.
Right now we have 18 weeks. We have 17 games, 1 bye. If you add a game and add a bye, that's 2. So 2 plus 18.
Back it up another week in February.
Yeah, but then
they get away from the
they're wanting the President's Day thing.
But that's still in February, right? Or
Yeah,
is
it's
But they're wanting
moving
President's Day
it
to
back
be-
1 week puts it at President's Day.
which is the third Monday in February usually.
Yes.
So why can't we just do it the 4th?
because they want President's Day after the Super Bowl so you can have a holiday.
But I mean, who's off other than school?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, nobody.
Well, I mean,
else,
it's a federal holiday.
right? But I mean, who else is off?
You're off. Well, you're supposed to be off. It's a federal holiday.
No, I mean,
I don't think it's that big of a deal, honestly.
Yeah, no medical field or anything. That's off. I mean, nobody.
I mean,
closes.
Dad goes to work.
Dad goes to work on Labor Day.
Yeah.
But I mean, nobody closes on.
Well, I thought it was federal, so I thought that's why they were doing that.
Not that I know of.
Hey, does the mail run? That's the question.
Probably
if the mail
not.
don't run, it's a
Probably
federal holiday.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying it is a federal holiday. I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's not. I'm just saying what other.
A lot of people still work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean.
Well, I know that's just been the that side of it.
Yeah,
though.
for
right.
sure.
Yeah, no,
for
I
sure.
get it. Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And that's if the NFL is even going to freaking allow 2 buys.
That's a lot.
20,
I think
20 weeks is a long season.
I think you have to.
That's
though.
5 months.
Yeah, that's a long
time.
season.
That's a long time. I'm not a fan going 18. I wasn't a fan going to 17.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought 16 was a good
At the
number.
same time, though, man, I'd love 20 weeks of football.
I don't know if you would, because to me that's just another week where they're going to sit starters.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
it
what I
just
feel
depends
like.
on the, how it just plays out at the end of the season.
Because then it's going to be
and
all
everything.
like, oh, when do you sit them? Do you sit them this long to be
Yeah.
out 2 weeks? That's I can hear all the conversation now about that. I don't go any more than 17. If you want to,
Money, though.
you can 2 buys if you want to in 17. I don't care.
And then do the pushback.
And then do the pushback. Yeah, I'm good with that.
yeah,
But don't freaking go 18 games.
yeah.
But
It's
you
a
know
lot.
they're going to.
And then all your stats are just going to be really screwed now.
all the records. and
All the
everything.
records are going to be worthless now. I mean, 18 games in the era of football now.
And it was
like,
16 five years ago.
yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
It's crazy.
That's freaking nuts, man.
But yeah,
We're all about safety of the players.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
You can wear your hard hats during the games.
Hard hat.
Yeah. But yeah, Labor Day, I absolutely associate with college football. I'm tired of associating that Monday with morning. I want to
Hallelujah.
win. I want to celebrate on Monday.
Me too.
I don't like going to bed on that Sunday night and being pissed.
Me either, and I was pissed.
Yeah, man. So let's just get into that. What happened? What happened?
So I mean, let's start here because
Were you okay going for it on 4th down, or did you want to kick a field goal?
I wanted to kick the field goal.
I wanted to go for it. So
Because
here
it's
we go.
Florida State 2.0.
Whenever we called the timeout, I wanted to go for it because you don't
You
waste
can't
a timeout.
call a timeout and not
Yeah,
go for it.
yeah. Once you call a timeout, you got to.
Absolutely.
The play clock running down, getting really, really low was the football gods telling us to pump the brakes.
Yeah.
But you don't take the timeout and then just kick a field goal.
If
You
you
can't do
if you kick that field goal from the 2, you let it go 5 yards back and kick it.
But it felt like Florida State all over again. We did the same scenario last year.
Literally.
Why the freak do we keep getting the ball?
Why did we get the ball? Yeah.
He
We
keeps
won the
doing
toss,
this
won the
crap.
toss.
And he told us last year that he was going to quit doing it, and he did. And yet, game 1 in 2024, we freaking get the ball.
Yeah. And then we
I
do
bet
the exact
he.
situation. Didn't
I
learn
bet
from
he
it.
liked the game script that Sloan had, and it worked.
It worked.
It
He
worked.
freaking picked him apart all the way down.
We should have had 7, and if we score 7,
that
we're not
time,
complaining
that
about it.
time, if you don't call that timeout and you go for it, that blitz that they drew up on us, they don't call that call.
No, they don't.
We score.
No, yes.
Like the timeout was wrong in all situations. I mean, it just screwed us all
because
around.
Even if how much is your play call changing from the 2 or the 7 for a go for it?
No, it's not.
And honestly, some people might prefer from the 7.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, if
Because
you
it gives you a little bit more
no,
space.
No,
I mean, there is
you don't-
situations where that
no,
happens.
No.
I would say if you got the penalty,
You ain't
kick
going
it.
for it on 4th and goal from the 7 to score a touchdown. Open and drive. No. 0 people in college football would do that.
But how much different does it make the play?
You don't do the play. That's what makes the difference.
But if we were set in
but
stone on it,
yeah, if you had to go for it, he's saying.
If
I don't think the play changes. I think the play's easier
I
to call.
don't think we go for it.
No.
and that would be the best case.
That would have been the best case. We'd kicked it. I mean, you can't tell me he wasn't thinking of the game last year in his mind. We was in the same situation. Like, you kicked the ball that early. You chose to have the ball. I'd rather have 3 than 0.
Yeah.
Like I felt like momentum was already lost at that
Especially
point.
and it's not like we had Jaden Daniels back for his second year.
No,
like it's Nussmeier in his first start.
First year.
He's got to pull the ball. By the way,
everybody on this team's pretty much first start outside of the O-line.
Yeah,
like everybody's just new and just like trying to get in this rhythm, and we drive down the field methodically, get in field goal range.
Well, it is one guy on the
nothing.
offensive line's first game, and he's the guy who missed the blitz.
He got whipped a lot. Too.
He was the guy that missed the blitz.
He got whipped a lot. I watched him a lot. He was getting manhandled a lot. They picked on him actually a good bit.
Yeah.
I just like, and back to your point there, you got these young core, you got these guys. If they get points, they're feeling good about themselves.
Yes.
Like you trusted us, coach. You told us
Yes.
we won the ball. We got you points. Like let's go.
But instead, you put more pressure on all these new guys to come up with this big play, and it didn't work.
Didn't work.
And then from then on, it was just like we were chasing USC the entire way.
Yeah, I felt that way. Yes.
Didn't we force a punt the next drive? That next drive?
No, they got a field goal.
Did they march?
They got a field goal.
I think a field goal
Because it had been tied. Because I'm like, yeah, this.
Because I remember the defense bailing them out one time. I couldn't remember when it was.
That was right after the halftime.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Right after halftime, where they they should have made the field goal.
Oh, it should have been a 10-point swing.
Yeah.
Easily.
And then, we go out at halftime, get a stop, and everything feels like it's going our way.
And then we get the ball up early in the fourth, 17-13. I'm like, you score here, it's over.
Yeah, 3 and out.
And then we didn't, but we got the ball again, up 17-13. Score here, it's over.
Nope.
And 3rd and 1. I didn't like that play call at all. 3rd and 1.
Was that the run?
The hurry run. Like we rushed to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
It felt like that might have been some of Joe Sloan, just not a mature
we hadn't
play
ran
caller
the ball
in that spot
consistently the entire game.
No.
I want the ball in Nuss's hands.
I will say, I do too.
I want it in his
Exactly.
hands. I trust
Same.
him. I honestly trust him.
I honestly trust him, and I would have trusted him if he would have pulled it and ran with one.
He's going to have to do that.
And he will.
He's going to have to run it 2 or
but
3 times a game.
I don't know why they didn't just try to show once the other night just so they had to look at that because they weren't.
And I wonder if
he runs just like Joe Burrow would do. I mean, he ain't gonna be any slower. No, he's not that slow.
We don't need 30 yards.
If you pull the ball in a good situation, it don't matter how fast you are.
No,
because it's 5 yards regardless of who you are.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I saw pictures.
Yeah,
dude, that DN was crashing.
So I'm wondering if in those situations, it looks like it could easily be a pull for him, but I wonder if it was just give all the way.
He not with the way he's opened up.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm. Not with him with his hands straight out in front of him.
That
looking
wasn't
down.
that wasn't like a read.
He's looking down the line of scrimmage. He didn't pull it. He did not pull it. I saw a pic. Let me find that picture.
I saw the picture in the group me.
Was that in that group?
Yeah,
me?
I saw that.
Yeah, you're in there now.
Yeah,
I forgot. Yeah.
But yeah, it's disappointing because Nuss looked really good. He looked really good for 3 quarters, and
they took the ball out of his hands.
Yeah, and whenever he had the opportunities in the fourth, it just never really could come up. Like the Aaron Anderson play.
That was the only play. That was the only ball he threw bad.
Yeah, pretty much.
I didn't love the play call.
No,
I mean he's looking dead at that defensive end.
Yeah, but even with that play call,
I don't know if he's told to pull though, Chance.
Yeah, see that's what I'm wondering. The way it's set up looks like it.
I don't know if I don't think he's told he could pull it.
I don't think you can run that and not allow him to pull it though.
I mean,
we got a high score pulling it.
I see guys in the NFL that run it and don't pull it. That ain't gonna run it.
I mean, then why is he staring at that DN like that?
Why is he looking at it? Is it to make the DN think it?
Yeah, DN ain't looking at him.
Let me ask you, where else is he gonna look?
Like I just didn't know if he could just be trying to sell it to that DN to make him play him harder than just immediately crash the running
Aaron
back.
Anderson's wrapping around to do a little crack block, and I don't know.
And speaking of Anderson, and
looked good.
I was glad to see him involved.
He looked good.
Him and Edwards both I like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
CJ, is that that's Daniel.
The Mississippi State guy, the punt returner,
number Xavion
Thomas, not Edwards.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
Thomas.
Say, he looked really good as well.
I like Thomas a lot.
I like they got some flash to them. I like
it. And you have those two guys. Okay, they're gadget guys. Okay,
gadget guys.
We can't run one dang screenplay for them
or a sweep
when you're blitzing and they're blitzing you and they're blitzing you and they're blitzing you. Just run one screen.
Why can't we run a screenplay for Josh Williams?
I'm good with that
He
too.
went for like 60 yards last year against Florida State, right?
I'm great with that. Like, why would you not try? I mean, because they brought Thomas in one time.
The little motion touch
they
pass.
put him in motion, got him at their tailback beside, and they handed it.
They handed it to him,
and it looked good.
Yeah,
like he's good at that kind of stuff. Like run a screen. You have these offensive line. Will Campbell. I don't know if you saw Will Campbell's IG story the other day.
He was ready for a fist fight.
No, we didn't see it on TV. He absolutely manhandled some of those dudes. Like, threw them on the ground.
He also had 2 false starts.
He did have
he was looking for contact.
He did have false starts.
Well, guess what? The contact didn't matter because we couldn't run the ball in USC.
We didn't run it behind him.
We couldn't run the ball in USC.
Thank you.
All right, we didn't run it behind the top 3 pick. We ran it behind the top 20 pick and couldn't run it.
I don't get
pressure wasn't coming from the tackle.
Yeah, but say
Miles Frazier was the one getting
Miles
beat.
Frazier in the center.
It don't matter who it is.
Yeah.
It does matter.
No, but I'm saying last week when we were previewing this game, there was not an ounce of us that was thinking we're not going to be able to run this ball down USC.
Yeah, we were obviously wrong. Because
I know, and
USC was a little bit better than we thought they were going to be.
Yeah, but
at the end of the day, we still held a Lincoln Riley team to 27 points.
20, really.
So, yeah,
I mean,
we couldn't run the ball.
I mean, I'm not
8 out of the last 10 years, his teams has averaged 40 points a game. Lincoln Riley's.
I mean, like, dude, there's some good from Sunday night.
A lot of good. I saw a lot more good than I saw bad.
If we can't run the ball in USC, are we going to be able to run the ball in
Who
Alabama?
gives a crap about running the ball?
Me, because that's what the identity of our team is. Look at right here. Where's Caleb Jackson, all SEC? Where's that at?
Well, I didn't expect Garrett Nussmeier to look like he looked Sunday night. I want him throwing the ball 40 times a game.
I'm definitely okay with that.
I want him throwing the ball 40 times a game with our best players being our receivers.
That's what I was screaming like.
But we got to run the ball.
You don't have to run the ball.
Whenever you don't have a quarterback that can't run it, you have to run.
You dump it off the tight ends and running backs, just like we started doing with Mason Taylor. We kept dumping off,
some
and then you quit.
So we can just get less than 50 yards a game rushing and just be all right. 3 yards a carry rushing.
You're not going to get less than 50, but you're not going to have consistent
today,
150-yard rushers.
In college today,
you're not going to. Nobody is.
No, I mean they're going to break out some. I mean, you're going like Emory busted out for that.
Be there.
Yeah, it's going to show. I mean I'm not worried about that. I feel like that
was my number one takeaway is that we couldn't run the ball on USC.
But you know, I listen to God, I don't know how many. It's probably sickening how many different shows I listen to just to hear everything. 99% of them was not worried about the run game. Like that was not the problem. And I'm like, that was a problem. I mean, it was
absolutely like.
But the problem became is that they tried to make it happen. They tried to force it when they shouldn't have. You go Mike Leach on them.
It was
you chunk it around the yard 60 times, get out of here, and you go back to BR and you fix the running game. You do whatever you can do to get a win. Don't try to fix it in the middle of a game.
After 3 quarters when it wasn't working, don't continue to try.
Do not continue to try.
I'm just more so worried of why it didn't work for 3 quarters.
That was that 3rd and 1 I was talking about.
Yeah.
Like we all of a sudden 3rd and 1 and we just rush to the line and get stuffed. Like, whoa, take our time here.
Yeah.
Let's see who Lacey and Mason Taylor has on the outside. Pick on that cornerback.
Yeah. I mean, come the 4th quarter, it was not even a surprise that it wasn't working. Like, whenever we got stuffed, I'm like, we can't run the ball.
But
why are we continuing to do it? I don't know. After 3, I'm just more worried of why it took 3 quarters of us just not being able to do it.
The only
thing
I thought about the other night about this was this offensive line is a good offensive line, really good pass blocking offensive line. We haven't seen this offensive line run block in 2 years.
No,
because Jaden just did it all.
Yeah,
and so they didn't have to run it with the running backs. Yeah. And what he's doing, you don't have to run block for.
Exactly.
So I mean that offensive line hasn't really had to be like, I need 2 yards. We're about to give it for you.
And that's what we kind of discussed it previewing before the week was like, Jaden Daniels was so impactful with his legs. How are you going to replicate that? And one of our ways was Caleb Jackson's going to be able to just do that.
I don't like how you.
I don't know.
I hate him. Or got hurt yesterday in practice. Like that tears me up. That dude's battled. He deserved to have a good year.
Yeah.
I think it could help in a way. I don't like rotating 3 running backs.
Neither do I. I was about to say that.
There's
I hate
too
nobody's getting a rhythm
of it at all. Like he was
looking less miles.
Yeah, I mean, so like now with just Josh and just Jackson and K. Durham will get kind of sprinkled in a little bit here and there.
Change of pace back.
I feel like that's going to get the flow better for those two guys.
Yeah.
Because, dude, it was every snap I was looking, I was like, crap, there's Emory. Oh, no, there's Josh.
Yeah.
Like, where's Caleb? He hadn't been here in 3 possessions. Like, that, to me, that's not good. And I think that will help some of it. We started out dumping off the Mason Taylor. I'm like, this is what we talked about.
Yeah.
Will be some of Jaden's not ability to run now. We can throw it to tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
And then second half comes, not only did we throw to Kyron Lacey, we forgot we had Mason Taylor.
Yeah.
Who was just doing whatever he wanted. I don't get – I also think Callaway we don't miss. We say him going to Nebraska didn't –
Did he play this past weekend?
I meant to look that up. I forgot.
Who is
to look.
Callaway?
The tight end, the transfer.
Oh, Markway.
Markway. I'm sorry.
What's his name?
Dude, I didn't know who the heck you were talking. I thought Martez or was it Marquez. Saints legend. Mac Markway.
The only thing you missed with him was run blocking.
I was going to say blocking.
Because Pittman, I didn't see the film. I watched a show the other day that they said he got manhandled in run blocking. Like
that doesn't surprise me because him and Trey they're just essentially receivers.
So now you literally have Mason Taylor, and that's the only tight end you have for a blocker, which
you don't run it behind a tight end,
and you don't. So
that's when you're just going to have to throw the ball more.
I see articles saying Matt Rule talking about the addition of him.
Oh, I also heard that this was a Matt Rule play. Like he was talking to him while he was still on LSU's roster. There's a reason why he all of a sudden just showed up to Nebraska as a walk on.
There we go.
It was a whole ordeal.
It'll be interesting to see when Markway will play. The odds are that we'll see him later in the season when he gets more acclimated to his surroundings. So there we go. So he will be able to play this year.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I hated Trey Des Green and Pittman didn't get a little involvement. Like I want at least 3 to 4 catches a game out of both of them combined.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I mean, there's no reason why them two shouldn't get a ball or two thrown to them every game.
Yeah.
Pittman did one time, and it looked good. Mm-hmm. Trey Des got the one thrown. It was
a little high.
Nuts had to rush that throw, I believe. He got blitzed. He rushed him through, didn't get to him in time.
I think Trey Des lost his helmet on that play or something.
Something weird, yeah.
He had to go up for it.
So, I mean, like, I hope they get more involved with him. I don't know what's going to happen with Kyle Parker. I mean, so like Sheldon Sampson's the next man up on that.
How you going to hurt your UCL? That's a freaking ligament.
It was on that catch, too. He went right down.
I saw him do
he went
that,
right down.
How do you hurt a ligament by falling on it?
I don't know.
You know, that don't make sense to me.
And is it that important?
I mean, hell, undoubtedly. If it hurt him that bad, he got up.
Yeah.
And it was like running off the field on his own. Like, it must hurt.
And I'm guessing they're just going to say we're not going to bring Chris Hilton back because it's Nichols this weekend.
I
wait another week.
Not, yeah.
But I mean, at some point, I want to just get him in some kind of a rhythm of game, though. I mean, God.
It's his own fault. He's the one getting hurt.
God, man.
Can't play a guy if he's hurt, and then you dang sure ain't going to play him against freaking Nichols.
No.
Because you got is it South Carolina next or UCLA?
Oh.
South Carolina, I think.
It's South Carolina, then UCLA.
Yeah. Or is it South Carolina, South Alabama?
No, South Alabama's after UCLA.
Okay.
South Alabama's the last weekend of this month.
Okay.
And then you get the bye.
Defensively, improvements.
I saw lots of pluses.
Definite.
Still some concerns for me.
On the back end.
What's concerns, though?
Harold Perkins.
He led your team in tackles.
I don't give a crap.
I saw him all over the field. I know some people did.
I
want him to pass
coverage grade.
Well,
no, like really freaking good.
I want him to rush.
That's
the
not
passer.
what he is, though.
I want him to rush.
That's
the passer.
not him.
You can want that all you want, but that's not what he is.
Because that's not what he's going to be at next level.
I mean,
they're not
going to play the guy out of position.
No, they're not.
It just doesn't. He doesn't feel like he's impactful.
That's a linebacker now these days, though.
I mean, he's
really that's what a linebacker is now. A linebacker's not impactful. Look at the NFL; they're not getting paid anymore because they're not impactful anymore.
I mean,
it's just part of the position now. I saw 7 a lot. I know a lot of people fussed that.
Because everybody's looking for the flash.
They're looking for the plays.
They're
looking for the
4 games.
They're looking for the
freshman year.
The sack with a forced fumble, and they're looking for stuff like that. That's just not going to happen.
I'm sorry, but that was him to get on the field as a freshman.
Yeah, exactly right. Okay? That's all he was.
We don't need him to just get on the field now.
Yeah,
he has to be a team player. And
I want him to lead my
team
with tackles. I'm perfectly okay with that. You give me 8 tackles, 1 for a loss. Like, I'm happy with that. Like, and I think between him and Whit Weeks, I think that's a great duo.
Yeah.
And they both showed a lot to me Sunday. I was very happy to see. I was very not happy to see Whit Weeks' snaps count still not high like I want it to be. Hoping that's going to work into more as the season goes on.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm perfectly good with that. And with
85.1 coverage grade, which I'm guessing is pretty good because I don't know why PFF College would have tweeted it out otherwise.
Yeah, that is good. I've seen him more as just a pass rusher, in my opinion, and that's what a lot of Twitter thought. A lot of Twitter thinks that's what he's going to be in the NFL.
It's because of the highlight reels in his freshman year.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. People still are complaining that we're not playing him the way that he's should be and probably would be in the NFL.
My thing is, and I don't think he will be that well in the NFL doing that. I mean, he's got to do what he's doing right now to make it in the NFL. I thought we had plenty of pass rushing. Savon Jones was phenomenal.
Yeah, but it's more so.
And
like,
we still brought him off the edge some.
Yeah.
And that's what we said before the
Remember
season.
the play where he literally met the quarterback and running back on the handoff?
Like that's what we said before the season. He needs to play everywhere.
Yes.
You know, he needs to be playing a little bit here, a little bit there, but his main focal point has to be playing middle linebacker or weak side linebacker, whatever you want to call him. Okay, he's got to play linebacker.
He's looked at as like a top 10 pick in the NFL, and that ain't because of his middle linebacker ability. That, in my opinion, is because of how good he is.
I think it's because
to the
quarterback ability.
And I think
it's pure athleticism.
I think it's more so just his ability to rush the passer, which is obviously very important in today's NFL. Like that's where people get the money, and like Micah Parsons, those kind of guys, like that's where you really make a name for yourself. And I feel like he's more suited for that role, and
how big
obviously
is
more
Parsons?
impactful.
Isn't he like 6'3", 6'4"?
Let me look.
I just don't see Blake Baker playing a guy in a spot he don't need to be playing at.
I don't either.
Especially at linebacker.
I mean, isn't that what we were complaining about last year, is that he played too much coverage?
No.
Yeah, but we didn't have a pass rush.
Yeah, last year.
That's different.
Exactly.
If we have a pass rush, we don't need him coming off the edge.
Right. Last year we were screaming.
He'd be more of a strength somewhere else.
Yeah.
Parsons is 6'3", 245. Perkins is 6'1", 220.
Yeah, see, I mean, he's not Parsons.
Yeah.
There's not an edge rush that's 220 pounds. Damn sure ain't 161.
He'll get laid on his backside at that weight trying to come pass rush.
Yeah, it worked his freshman year because people weren't expecting that.
Yeah.
And that was just him playing with his hair on fire. But
he's 6'5". Wow. I was thinking Josh Allen.
Hines.
Yeah, I mean, for Perkins to make it next level, he's got to do what he's doing right now.
Yeah, I guess so. I've always seen it the other way. I've always thought that he's going to be more of a
because
pass
of
rusher.
the highlights from his freshman year yet again.
Yeah,
and because of last year, he felt irrelevant.
Well,
last year he felt irrelevant. We all said it. We all said he was overrated last year.
He did. But he's still, like, I think if you're not led the team, you're second team in tackles.
Well, yeah, but at
that position, though, that's what's
if he's
happen.
leading the team in tackles, he's doing good. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of guys that get tackles and aren't that impactful of a player.
Yeah, but I'd rather him be leading the tackles than my safety.
I mean, think back to the
safety left
like freaking Blake Martinez used to lead the NFL in tackles, and he wasn't a good player. He just got tackles. Like, I don't know.
All right, well, don't hold your breath about him being an edge rusher.
I don't think he necessarily has to just get his freaking hand in the dirt every play, but I just think he needs to be more impactful as a rusher. I think he's just too good of an athlete not to try that with. And because of last year, that was one of our biggest complaints.
I'm not saying he's not. I think he's going to get used
I
there.
mean, I just think I think back to last year. One of our biggest complaints every week was, why is he just being a coverage linebacker? Matt House, you're an idiot. And now
yet again though,
it was because we didn't have
one.
Yeah, but
so if we're getting one, then why would we mess with that and then get us weaker somewhere else by moving?
And the problem
or use them as both.
But the problem
they did.
But the problem is last year though too. Matt House didn't blitz your linebackers. Blake Baker's going to blitz your linebackers.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know what you want to do. He literally did both.
Weeks got.
He wasn't impactful as the rusher that much. That's what I'm saying.
Because we had impact from other people, so they didn't need to use him as a rusher.
But
if we ain't getting no rush, then maybe they'll move him there.
Why can't he be impactful with the others as well?
You don't rush three off the edge.
You don't have to come off the edge. Let him go up the freaking middle.
That's what I'm saying. I think he will.
He will, but like
I mean, he blitzed.
Why would we blitz up the middle with your middle linebacker against a team that's throwing the ball all over us for the most part? And he's playing the best coverage D as a linebacker on your team.
I want him to feel more important.
You just want to see him run around making tackles. I get that. But
I just want him to feel more important. It didn't feel like he was important. You were yelling it too, so I don't know why you're saying this. You were saying during the game that night. I mean, you were drinking too much. You probably forgot.
Yeah, I don't recall any of that.
You were saying it the entire night with me. You were saying, Perkins, you're irrelevant. Perkins, you suck. I'm telling you. You said that.
I don't recall that.
That might have been old Michelle. Going down.
That was somebody else talking. That wasn't me there.
I'm pretty sure you texted us and said F Perkins.
I know I didn't say that. There ain't no way.
You said F LSU at one point.
He said a lot of things that night.
I was not happy.
Perkins is non-existent. Perkins is in BR. Those are two texts from Chance. But no, that's all good. Perkins is perfect.
He was. I saw the stats.
Hindsight 2020, huh?
Obviously.
Yeah.
So undoubtedly what he did worked. That's what I'm getting at.
No, but during the game.
Now, do I know that he's playing great pass coverage? No, but undoubtedly he did.
But during the game, it was absolutely a concern in your mind.
Well, yeah, because that was drunk Chance.
That's all I'm saying.
That's different.
And sober Clay didn't like it either. So
yeah, well,
sober Peyton liked it.
I don't give a crap
happy.
what PFF tells me. The man needs to be more impactful on the field. The man that was on that field that night was not a first-round pick, in my opinion, and certainly not a top 10 pick. That's all I'm saying. Perkins is non-existent. Cornerbacks looked better.
I like Stamps a lot.
Yeah, I liked Woodland.
Stamps was like
just
an
freaking,
NFL.
guys, but some of them were fine.
No.
He's a true freshman.
Yeah. True freshman, had the PI, the next play, bats that down. That's, I mean, give it.
That's called balls.
Who was the one that made the play that, wasn't even looking at the ball in the end zone?
I think that was him.
I think it was him.
Was that him?
Wait, we're talking about in the end zone?
It was in the end zone.
When he fell, come back out and knock the ball out of his zone?
Yeah.
Stamps.
Was it Stamps?
Yeah.
It was either 11 or 1. I knew there was a 1.
I'm all for playing Woodland a lot these next 3 or 4 weeks, getting him ready, because I think Woodland's your future.
Yeah.
Sage Ryan wears me out. I mean, he didn't have a bad game. He wears me out though. I feel like if somebody on the field will get picked on, they're going after Sage Ryan.
I mean, they're
going after 3.
He was getting talked about a lot with that play at the end of the game, but
there's nothing. There's nothing he can do.
That was a perfect pass.
Yeah, and it was a cover 2.
Yeah, it was a perfect pass.
And I hate Gilbert got. I mean, it didn't matter at that point, but I mean, he got suspended for this week. First half doesn't really matter because Nichols. What do you want Gilbert to do right there?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, seriously, what do you want him to do? You want him to just let him catch it and just fall?
Yeah, I don't like targeting.
I don't know what you want him to do.
I think it was targeting.
It was by the rule.
Yeah.
But what could he do in that situation? I rewind and watch it 3 times.
Not lead with his head. I don't know.
Run out with his chest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Poke him with his chest.
That's everybody else tackles.
I don't know. I don't know what shoulder. It's a shoulder. Yeah. It's a shoulder. That still drives me up the wall. I don't get. Chance, do y'all teach that? Do y'all teach shoulder tackling now these days? Is that what's taught?
No.
Why is everybody still doing it in college?
Put the face on the football.
Why does everybody in college still do this?
Because it's the big hit, man. They want everybody to see the highlight tape.
But why?
That's what my kids
do. Every big hit's a penalty anyway. It doesn't matter if it's leading with the head or not.
They want it to look cool by hitting somebody, and then you're not on top of him. You stand up and you're looking down at him on the ground. That's what they want.
You can tackle him and stand up and stare on him all you want to. Do not freak out. That's every game I watch.
What I have to tell my kids is, I want you to put all of your body weight on top of that kid, push up off of him, and say, "How do you like that?" That's what I have to do, and that's what it finally clicks with them.
Yeah.
I want you to feel that. I want them to feel you the rest of the game. You know what I mean? That's how you have to look at it.
The only thing I was very concerned about, and that's my one concern going in this year, was the safety play. Safety play was not good.
Yeah.
And we're already trying 2 freshmen this week at safety. Jackson and Spears are going to probably be starters. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think they were happy with it either.
There was a lot of stuff that just over the middle, long plays that just shouldn't have happened. In my opinion.
Allen sometimes is just lost back there.
It felt like every time it was like 3rd and 10, they converted.
Yeah,
and it was it never really felt like we had a chance.
And I know they're doing it as necessity because they're putting Sage Ryan at corner because they don't really have nobody opposite of Stamps right now. I really wanted to.
Where's the old dude?
Southeastern transfer.
Alexander.
Towards AC.
Yeah, he still
Alexander.
ain't.
What about Tavino?
Taviano was a no-show. I don't know if that was
like didn't show up to the game.
No. The no-show in the game. I don't know if that was just some of the rest stuff. I don't know if they're still. I don't know. He didn't. I didn't see him get a snap.
Yeah.
I'm hoping eventually Woodwin takes over Sage's spot. I'd rather see Sage at safety. I think that's where I think he fits better at safety than this corner.
Or kind of a nickel, like.
Well, the problem is you're going to, I mean, you could do him a nickel.
Because he's kind of big.
He is big. And that's where he started.
Yeah.
Freshman year was a nickel. That's how he started getting playing time. But I want somebody back there that at least kind of knows what's going on, man. Allen, I don't feel confident in at all.
Yeah.
And I like him. He's a great athlete, looks like. I mean, but he just doesn't make the plays, I don't feel like.
Yeah.
That was my big, other than the run game, was safety play. I thought the D tackles held their own.
I didn't really see an issue there.
I didn't either.
I mean,
I was not worried about up front.
Their run game wasn't anything special.
No.
It was just that quarterback looked really good.
Moss just played a little better.
I think that's more so he's really good than we aren't very good.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's a lot better than people thought.
Well,
I saw a tweet somewhere. I can't remember what it was. It was something about him and something about the spring game. Like a reporter went and watched the spring game. I guess it was not this past spring, but the spring before when Caleb was still there, and he was having to play, and like this kid was a freshman or some junk, and they're like, okay, this is gonna be a guy.
He had the bowl game last year too.
Yeah, but it's been like for like a year or two now. They've been thinking this.
Blutman from Barstool bet him for Heisman before the season started. So like, I mean, and he's a guy that watches so much college football. So like, this guy's. It kind of feels exactly like how we feel about Nuss.
Yeah.
Like we've kind of seen Nuss behind the scenes and been like, whenever he gets that chance, watch out.
Watch out.
USC's like, we've got Caleb, but watch out for this kid.
Well,
and now they both showed out and they both looked really good.
They both balled out.
That's what I think it was. Todd McShay, Kirk Herbstreit, someone after that game tweeted out and they were like, this quarterback class looks a lot better now that Nuss and Moss are out there. Because like them two. You know,
they look like they could be.
Beck looks all right. I'm not impressed with Beck. Shador looks good. Like, you know, there's some of them top ones, but getting Moss and Nuss in, you know, maybe as even second or third round guys, like that improves the depth.
Improves the class. Yeah. I saw somebody. I don't remember who it was. It was not affiliated with USC. It was just a college guy.
Yeah.
Said that this offense will be better this year with Moss versus Caleb Williams. Because Moss will run Lincoln Riley's offense, where Caleb would kind of go off script, do his own thing. Moss will stick to the plan and won't do what Lincoln wants.
Kind of like Baker.
And the offense will flow a lot better.
Yeah.
It was RG3 of all people.
Was it really?
Yeah. 3 years ago, I called at USC spring game, and there was a quarterback who was absolutely balling out. His name was Miller Moss.
Huh.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he was a Oklahoma guy.
Who's that?
He couldn't have been
with Lincoln.
Couldn't have
been. Like if he was getting recruited to Oklahoma.
No Moss?
Maybe that.
He's a California kid, so I don't know.
So he might have been USC all the way.
Look at this kid, man.
Yeah, I think he was USC the whole way.
This kid wasn't going to no Oklahoma.
Yeah. I mean, with the people Lincoln pulled, who knows? Like anybody would go to Oklahoma at that point.
At that point with Lincoln, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, overall, disappointing, but there's still a path.
There's still a path. I do get aggravated, and look, I get it. I'm not saying
we really should be tripping, really, because like there's 12 teams.
This is
year.
what we wanted.
Well, we're good.
But
now we lose another one, then we got to panic.
But fan bases aren't used to this.
No, we're not. That's
fan
the thing.
bases'
We're
mindsets are still. Season's over.
I forgot about it the other night.
It's been the one complaint I've had about college football for the past 10 years is.
But we're still in that mind.
You lose a game, your season's over. Like, I mean, last year, we lost week 1. Yeah, we had a shot. Maybe.
We still had a shot.
But at the end of the day, we knew, like, we're not beating Georgia in the SEC Championship.
Right.
Like, Bama, we're probably not going to beat. Stuff like that. Now, it's completely different. You can lose 2 games in a good situation, maybe even 3.
Maybe in 3 this year, because I could see that happening this year.
Yeah.
I really do.
There's really no top team in college football.
The portal's really stretched.
Did you watch Georgia?
I don't give a crap, dude.
Did you watch Georgia?
Carson Beck don't do nothing but throw the ball about 5 yards in front of him.
It don't matter when the other team ain't gonna score.
Yeah, It's
They're
Dabo.
So good. They're so good.
It's I wasn't impressed by them. I wasn't impressed.
Yeah, you were saying that, and then they put up 35 or whatever in a snap of a finger.
They're putting up 35 on white boys. I ain't scared of them.
They can just
let
turn
them play SEC ball.
They can just turn it on when they want, man.
I think Ole Miss can beat Georgia.
I
think Ole Miss can beat Georgia. I think Bama can beat Georgia. Bama's beating LSU.
I mean, Ole Miss is
I'll
gonna
tell you
be
that.
good.
We're not beating Bama. We ain't beating Bama, man.
I still don't trust Milroe.
We ain't beating Bama. We didn't trust him last year. What'd he do to us?
I don't. Yeah, but
That was
not
bad
there.
defense.
That was a horrible defense, actually.
Milroe, man.
121st ranked in the country, if you want to be exact.
Milroe's good. Milroe's a good college quarterback. Milroe's a good college quarterback. Is he going to be anything in the NFL? Probably not.
Milroe is a college quarterback.
Yes, he is. He doesn't have a future in the NFL unless he changes position.
Here you go. Hey, Miller Moss. I figured it out. 2021 recruiting class with Caleb Williams. Did not go to Oklahoma. He went to USC.
Yeah.
So
he came out.
I
with
like
Caleb.
the kid. He stuck it out.
Yeah.
Well, who
I
was
like
there?
him.
Who was there then?
Clay Helton.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Number 22 overall quarterback. He was a 4-star, but still.
Is that Minnesota right above him?
Yeah. Here's the people that were ahead of him. Luke Altmaier to Ole Miss. Ethan Kalamakis from Minnesota.
Or that boat?
Donovan McCulley, Eli Stowers, Carlos Del Rio Wilson for your Florida Gators, Sawyer Robertson, Baron Morton, Preston Stone, Tyler Buckner.
Preston Stone's SMU, huh?
Jalen Milroe was 12, and then Garrett Nussmeier was 11. Jake Garcia, Netflix legend, was 10. J.J. McCarthy, 9. Drake May, 8. Jackson Dart, Ty Thompson, Kyle McCord, Brock Vandegrift. Whatever happened to him?
He's at Kentucky. Looked pretty good.
Sam Heward, Caleb Williams, number 2. Quinn Ewers, number 1.
Not a bad.
That's
a
a lot of dudes
there.
ahead of him.
That's class.
For him to be really freaking good that low, good for him.
What did the Stone?
I'm pulling for him.
Did the Stone
good
kid
for him.
commit to SMU out of college? Preston Stone, he's about 11, somewhere around there.
Yes.
Really?
Good for
He's
him
good.
and sticking it out and not transferring and waiting their time.
Really makes me happy for both of them.
I want other kids to see that.
It's possible.
Yeah. But no,
I'm pulling for him.
What I was about to say, and look, I'm not saying I'm still pissed at certain things that BK's doing that's not changing, yada yada yada. But I get really pissed off when people want to fire BK, and there's two reasons why.
I don't want BK.
Well, let me ask you this, Clay.
Who are we going to get better?
Who the hell are we going to get?
Who are we going to get?
Who are we going to get?
Name me somebody.
To be fair, I didn't
I
want
went
him,
through this. I went through this.
I didn't want him the second
Monday.
it happened.
Okay. Who are we going to get back then?
I don't know. Not him.
I wanted Lincoln Riley, but
we wanted Marcus Freeman.
We wanted him to be DC. That was different.
That's true.
Yeah, we wanted
Lincoln to come run the team.
Yeah,
and
we
Marcus
wanted
Freeman
Marcus,
to be DC.
yeah.
I just did not want.
I just don't get there's Kirby Smart and everybody else.
Yeah.
There's literally 3 coaches in the whole entire country, and I'm going to say 2 because the third one's coaching from a nursing home right now. There's 3 coaches in the entire country that have national championships.
Oh yeah.
Technically 2, Dabo and Kirby.
Yeah.
I mean, we can count North Carolina if we want. The man's like 80.
Well, you got Gus Malzahn somewhere.
UCF.
Yeah. Put some respect on Gus Malzahn.
Cam Newton won that.
Yes. So there's
So what you're saying is we need to hire Jimbo.
no, God. But he is going to be coaching next year. What I'm saying is you look around and where
Everybody's having a problem with this.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking.
Everybody. We could be worse. We could be who some of these idiots want with Billy Napier. Look how that program's working right now.
Or Tom Herman.
Or Tom Herman.
Boy, were we wrong about him. I don't know.
My
I think it was
God.
before podcast time. God, I wanted him.
Where do you want to? Everybody wants the next young upcoming one. Here he comes. Okay, yeah. Look how Billy Napier's working right now.
But you got those 2 guys. You got Joe Sloan. You got Blake Baker.
You got the 2
that's
that
who you're
everybody
looking
wants.
for. Yeah, you're looking for that.
And you have them on your staff.
That's why you're having to pay him a buttload of money.
So
and that's why Blake Baker ain't going to be there in 2 years. He's going to be somewhere else.
We were in the freaking gutter when we got BK. The reason Marcus Freeman's having a good 3 years because BK left him the keys to a mansion. Here, bud. Yeah, there are things probably need to be tweaked here and there, but don't screw it up. And he hadn't. And you know what? He hasn't really brought him to another level.
No, he's maintained.
That's all he's done. That's all he's done. They're just same thing.
I ain't gonna knock him though. He's doing good. I like him.
He's class act dude.
I think Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame's going to be Notre Dame regardless of who's the coach. Honestly.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because who built that though?
But they won't be because they were bad before BK got there. They went through coaches after coaches. They were a dumpster.
Where Charlie Weiss at?
Charlie Weiss.
And the black coach
Cornell.
No,
Romeo.
No, not Romeo. The one that went from Washington. They were horrible with him.
Dude, you're getting early in my life.
No
right
chance.
Here.
You know him. Put Notre Dame. God, I can see him right now.
Just type in Notre Dame.
An older coach. God, he's an older black guy. What was his name?
I like Marcus Freeman though a lot.
I like him too.
Just
like class. I mean,
Tyrone Willingham.
Thank you.
Peyton, I was 7.
Yeah, but you don't
3.
Remember, you don't remember him.
Dude.
He went to Washington after that and was a dumpster fire there too.
508. He ain't coached since.
No,
that's how bad he was.
He was horrible. He was absolutely horrible. Because everybody kept figuring out why he got a job after the Notre Dame job. But I don't know where you want to do. Like we were in a freaking dumpster. He all of a sudden changed the program completely around, got us back where our O's last year. Opening week, I think we had like 20-something players missing.
All right. So here's how I'm looking at it. If we go 9-3 again this year, what's the difference between BK and James Franklin?
That's my whole point, though. But
we call for James Franklin to be fired.
James Franklin hadn't made a conference championship game.
Well, Notre Dame didn't have a conference championship. Notre Dame got to
James
pick their
Franklin
schedule.
never was in Notre Dame.
No, but I'm saying,
Brian
Kelly had an easier path to a championship back then in 2012. It was easier.
No, I'm talking about he tried to make that conference championship game at LSU.
Yeah,
Franklin haven't done that at Penn State. He's been there for how many years?
That's right. I forgot about that.
Year 1, yeah.
Yeah, James Franklin hasn't done that. He's been there for 8 years now? 7, 8?
But at the end of the day, even us making the conference championship that year, it was not with path to the conference.
It don't matter.
The playoffs
You did it
in play.
You did it though.
Who cares? Who cares?
We weren't doing it before.
You can't just say who cares.
We weren't doing it before.
It's kind of important.
We were still a 3-loss team,
and we were still 1 win from the playoffs, possibly.
Yeah, we weren't doing it before though, Clay.
I don't know what
we were barely begging ball games before.
All right, you also were calling for BK to be fired Sunday night.
I'm always going to say that if we lose, dude. I'm going to say it every time. But yet again,
everything that you were saying Sunday in agreement with me is an idiot for me
Clay,
now.
But what I'm getting at is
so many in Clay,
especially now with the 12-gamer. If you can just stay steady at winning that 9-10 every year.
The playoff now is set up for James Franklin and Brian Kelly to succeed.
It is, but all of a sudden 1 year you're going to pop and Joe Burrow is going to come out and you're going to look great. I mean,
I just don't know if there's that championship upside with Brian Kelly.
But I will say this. You take away the Saban days with Bama, everybody's not all overkill about firing people after a 9 or 10 win season.
Yeah.
Everybody saw that run and think, hey, we can do that.
We got to find that.
No, you can't. There was only one of those, and it's never going to happen again. Even Kirby's not going to do that kind of a run, and he's going to be dominant there.
And he's going to be the best coach in college football until he probably quits.
For the next 15, 20 years, until he wants to just not
because he's Saban 2.0.
Yeah, he's exactly right. So, I mean, like there's nowhere to – you fire BK today, where are you going?
That's my thing. Like, first off, you can't take anything I say seriously.
The hire that you would want right now?
During a game, you can't take anything I say seriously. I'm a passionate fan. I can't help it.
I agree.
Clear-minded, thinking chance. I don't want to fire BK unless there's a clear-cut, we want that dude.
And I don't know who that is.
And see, in the past, I thought Tom Herman was that guy because everybody thought Tom Herman was going to be that guy. Then I thought Lincoln Riley really wanted LSU, so I was like, hey, let's go get Lincoln. You know, that was after Miles and O, obviously. Now with BK, I don't know who the next guy I would want is.
I don't. If
I can't name you one.
You know,
it's going to have to be a reject.
Florida's doing a GoFundMe for Billy Napier right now.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a reject coach.
How many times is Florida going to whiff? They think, oh, we'll get the guy, we'll get this program back. They're on their fourth coach and they're still whiffing.
Jim McElwain's still coaching football
at Colorado State.
Freaking right he is, man. Good for him.
Kiffin
No,
would,
not
Kiffin
Colorado
would be
State.
Kiffin would be the guy.
Kiffin would be the guy, but he ain't coming to no LSU at this point, I don't think.
Okay, I'm not going to disagree with you on Kiffin, but my only thing is, what does he want?
Nothing. But
Exactly. Like, I mean, Kiffin
Yeah.
would be the only guy, but then you teeter totter.
I think Kiffin's a guy that you can see where if you put him with
Right
LSU,
situation.
It's a great situation.
Exactly.
But
I
then
think you could take the step up with LSU that he doesn't get to at Ole
then
Miss.
you teeter totter back on your O. You're back. That program could be in limbo because there's probably a lot of crap going behind the scenes.
I don't want to know what they're doing.
Exactly. That's why he didn't get the job when he left FAU at Miami, or he didn't get the LSU job because everybody was so worried about what happened to the other Tennessee and USC jobs.
Yeah.
And Ole Miss is like, we have nothing to lose. Let's take it.
Screw it.
I mean,
here's
so-
NIL. Thank God we don't have to worry about nothing like that.
So I mean, that's the only thing with Kiffin, and he would be my one. Other than that,
That's the only dude I would rather replace BK with. Honestly, that's the only dude.
That's the only dude. And now it'll
only
never happen.
reasonable.
Unpopular
only
opinion, but I'd have taken DeBoer. I think DeBoer with Louisiana skill sets would be very fun and very interesting and very scary.
Yeah, but I mean that was. I mean,
But that
we
wasn't even
weren't
a
going to
thing.
fire him right
No,
now.
Nobody even
back
knew about
then,
DeBoer.
Back then, no. But I'm saying
If we're looking for a new coach
if
right
DeBoer
now,
was
it's
still at
between them two.
Washington
Yeah.
this year,
Yes.
Well,
after
yeah.
this year,
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
say
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
can't.
And
you
I
can't
think
just say that.
the DeBoer hire would look a lot different at LSU than it gets looked at Alabama.
Yeah, he's not replacing God.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
and just the where he is. Like
Yeah.
if you give DeBoer
Flashy offensive guy coming
four
to Louisiana.
black kids
yeah.
from Louisiana that
Yeah.
can replace the Polk, McMillan, Odunze's, like I think that would be very scary and fun.
I
Kind
think
of-
he'd be good at LSU.
Yeah,
I do
exactly.
But it's like we said, it wasn't the feasible thing at that
no,
time.
and I,
We know we didn't say you
At-
said that.
yeah,
We
at
didn't say you
that-
said
at
And
that
we
time-
still needed to, I mean, the board had a flash in the pan last year.
Yeah.
Like we still don't know.
but Washington's been a respectable
They've
program.
been, but they've always been respectful of whoever they hire. I mean, every coach they get is respectful. Chris Peterson was there
because
they were good.
they dominate Washington. Washington has good football.
They have good. Yeah, they get a lot of them West Coast guys that come up there and play with California and stuff, wouldn't them?
Exactly, because if you just get bottom tier California kids, it's like getting bottom tier Louisiana and Florida guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's
like
the
they're
same.
really good football players still.
They just don't have enough. There's
They're
not enough
overpopulated, which is
USC, and then they don't want to go to any other schools in California, so they start going to other places. So I mean, he was at a good spot, and he went to a spot that wasn't bad off. He replaced Chris Peterson, who was winning plenty of games. Like I mean, so
Luke got his 10-year.
I hate that.
Right now, there's not a guy that you can just say, get rid of BK, give me him.
And it drives
I agree
me
with that.
insane.
I agree with that. It's just more so, and whenever I say I want BK gone, it's more so, what is the ceiling with him? I just really don't know if it's championship.
I don't know. We're going to find out, though.
But who is?
No, there is nobody.
No, I know.
But at some point, you get tired of just sitting in the same situation, and
In
you're
this
like,
playoff scheme, I don't think you will. I think it's going to feel different.
if we just continue to sneak in as an 8 seed and just lose every year, though, like,
You're
are we
in,
not going to
though.
get tired of that?
Okay, but so if you get rid of them and you go hire
And then we don't make the playoffs.
The next Joe
But
Sloan.
It's worth a shot at some point.
well, I mean, the only
At some point, the change is necessary.
I agree. My only probably I hesitated when the hire was not because of BK. I hesitated on the 10-year contract.
Yeah.
Like, to me, I wish we'd gave him like a 6-year.
Yeah.
Because
we probably wouldn't have got him for Notre Dame.
I don't think you would have. That was the only thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah, you had to have some type of major
because after year
stability.
4 or 5, like you can feel the right to pull the trigger and let's try something else.
Which is why there's pressure already at year 3. And then if this would have continued, and then next year, then you'd have had a serious conversation about
right.
on.
But I mean, there's no. I mean, not the team. LSU doesn't have that kind of.
No.
Money.
I mean, he's here for the next 3 to 4 years at least.
He's here for 4 for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, after 7, they could pull the trigger at that point because the money's they can get together.
And God, after 7, we're probably going to want it if we haven't done much more.
I don't think it's going to be bad. Like, I think you're still going to be winning a lot of ball games. You got this Bryce Underwood class coming in that really, I can say this is BK's really true class.
Yeah.
I've always been the philosophy, even in the portal days, after your third year class is the real class.
Yeah.
Like that's when you really start getting your guys and because you've been
kids you've been recruiting them since they're
sophomores when you can actually start talking to them. Like that's always been my philosophy. That's why, like Billy Napier, I love it. Like I laugh about it. Some about Billy, I joke, but like the dude's recruiting well.
Yeah,
like he's doing a lot of good things.
Just not transferring to wins yet.
They're just not transferring to wins, and like that's when you're only signing a 5-year contract and you're only winning 4 to 6 games a year.
Yeah,
it don't matter what you're.
It's easy to be like, all right, bye bye.
It's easy to say bye. I mean,
that's part of Florida's problem, though.
That is part of Florida's problem. I mean, they let go of Mullen.
It goes back to just how I have been as a fan.
Well, you grew up too.
I've been a Warriors fan where it's championship or nothing. And I've been a Braves fan where it's win the division, make the playoffs, or nothing.
That's right. That's right.
And it's been 3 years at LSU, and we're probably not going to be a playoff team this year.
We're winning the whole thing.
No, we're not. We're losing to Ole Miss. We're losing to Bama, at least. And probably A&M. Who knows?
I think you beat Ole Miss.
I think we're beating Bama because I think Blake Baker's going to spy Harold Perkins on Jalen Milroe.
Yeah, we saw that last year.
We didn't.
No,
we did not.
That
we
quite
literally did not.
That was the thing we were fussing about because we did not do that.
It ain't gonna matter.
But you know what you can't do? You can't rush him off the edge and then spy him. That's not a thing.
Bama's beating us.
So he won't be rushing off the edge of that game, Clay.
Bama's beating us. But it's just I don't want to be Notre Dame. I don't want to be Penn State. I don't want to be okay with 9 or 10 wins. I want to compete for championships because we're LSU.
I agree with that. But in this day of time with the transfer portal and stuff, that's why Saban left.
And the strength of the
this
SEC.
This stuff ain't going to happen much longer.
Yeah.
I mean, the portal's not going to allow you to go on a 3 to 4, even that Clemson run they did. I don't think that ever happens in the portal era.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know if you're going to be able to sustain that. I mean, look at Florida State.
And it's just hard for me to get fully excited for a team that's just consistently good.
Right.
I won't great.
And we wanted this year to be the year.
Yeah.
But
I don't know when great's going to happen.
We're still fixing Coach O's problems on this roster. Yeah. Like we're still we didn't recruit any defensive tackles in the last year or two of O's era. Well, it's showing. We're going to the portal and having to go get 3 to 4 guys at the tackle position.
Like we have no homegrown defensive tackles that are playing.
I'm 35 years old. I've never seen that in LSU. It's always been Louisiana boys on that D line, and it's not right now because they went other places because O wasn't recruiting them, and don't know why. But I mean, it just wasn't happening. So I mean, like, I'm still this 25 class brings, I think, an extra like, okay, this is how it's going to be.
Yeah,
You got Uncle Frank. You got Bo Davis. You got Brad Davis. These are your Louisiana boys that are ready to recruit for you. This is – and BK admitted it basically by when he let go of all his defensive staff. He tried to hire these guys that weren't Louisiana guys, and he's like, I messed up.
Yeah.
Like this, I screwed up.
Absolutely.
And so he's now – so, yes, we're 3 years in, but we're really a little behind because of that staffing hiring. And I think he realized it. I think he wishes he would have kept – certain guys.
Yeah, I mean, if you keep this staff together in the next 2 or 3 years, you should have a really, really good chance.
You're going to have a really, really good chance.
And I hope it happens.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of tired of it after 3 years already of not being anything great yet.
I mean, coaching game time stuff concerns me still.
Yes.
Like I thought when we got rid of Les Miles and Coach O, we were done with not making second half adjustments.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we're still struggling with that.
Or taking the ball to open the game.
Taking the ball to open the game. Like
with a guy that's, heralded as one of the best coaches in football, you wouldn't expect those mistakes.
You wouldn't.
No.
That does concern me some. Now,
yet again, though, if we convert the 4th and 2,
we're not saying
anything.
I
about
agree.
it.
Yeah, but it's just 2 years of the same thing, and you're just like,
I mean,
when does it?
But it still
change?
looked like the right idea until the very last play. That's it. I mean, I guarantee you, he trusted the script that Sloan had put together, and he looked like he should have trusted it.
I mean, will say
we marched.
He confidently said, "I saw when they went to him on the." He's like, "We're going for it."
Yeah.
Like it wasn't no hesitation. It was like, "We're going for it."
Like, dude, we marched down the field.
He wanted to
really
set
did.
that tone early.
Yeah.
I get that,
And
I
we
do.
about did. And does the game change? Probably if we score right there.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. That
So, I
game's
mean,
a whole
we win the
different-
game.
Yeah.
I don't think we lost it right there, but
No, but we could have won it.
we could have probably won it. Yeah.
But I mean, I just the
If we score that opening drive, we probably score the next drive.
I had somebody text me
Like-
today. We were texting about the Dabo stuff, and he was like, "Man, I just don't get why people dog on Dabo's bad." I said, "Just start watching his press conferences, and you'll hate him just as much as anybody." But like he was like, "Well," he said, I said, "I know a Clemson fan that hates him, like wants him fired." He said, "Well, that's just everybody's fans." I said, "Yeah, but," he said, "I also have been hearing people around here have been wanting Blake Baker and Joe Sloan fired." I said, "First of all, if you hear somebody saying Blake Baker should be fired, he's an idiot, and you don't need to listen to anything about sports about him."
Yeah.
He said, "The sad part is he's a coach and he actually knows ball." I said, "No, he's stupid. Like, if you think Blake Baker needs to be fired after Sunday night, I have nothing for you."
he was inebriated like Chance was.
Yes, that's exactly right. Like, I mean, yeah, that is kind of our mantra of sports, and especially college sports, because we just love it so much. I mean, but I just let's be patient, guys. I mean, I guess that's my thing, man. I don't want everybody to just jump on him just yet. And like I said, I'm pissed at some of the things he does. Like, it makes me mad. Some adjustments we don't do, some things that but I'm sitting there. I'm like, we got that top class coming in. I don't know if y'all have noticed this, but you notice we don't ever have injuries. It seems like, we got a couple here and there, but like when O was there, we were missing 4 or 5 starters a game. I feel like we went into this season. We had one guy out Sunday, and that was Chris Hilton. We had the whole roster there. Like, there's things that are being done right down there. So let's just be a little patient and give it some time.
We ain't had no drama besides Toviano want to make a little movie.
I know, exactly.
God forbid he likes to watch movies at home. He's into film.
He likes production.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry that he's into the arts.
Yeah. So
I mean, we ain't got people, that wording women on campus anymore. like our last stud running back Darius Geis was doing.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
That's an hour on LSU.
Sorry.
I mean, it's going to happen. It was going to happen. We had to do it.
It's been building up since Sunday night. I've been wanting to talk about it.
If we win, we talk for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's why we got to do the home team. We got to do home team.
I needed it probably because I was about to explode.
After the Saints look great.
I'm not quite sure what I would have said.
Hey,
Sunday night.
speaking of the Saints, right quick,
we're
0-5. LSU
Saints have the longest winning streak.
And they just keep
5-0.
winning the openers.
Yeah.
They're 5-0, longest in the NFL.
They keep playing.
Because when I saw that stat today, I was like, I laughed. I was like,
I would trade for it to be reversed.
I would wish it was reversed, but you know what? I do always feel better the next weekend because the Saints usually do win the next weekend after LSU
and then
loses.
we play the freaking Grambling by 70.
Exactly. Yeah.
Can't wait to start opening up with them.
Oh, we'll get Clemson next year.
And the next.
I swear to y'all, I will drink bleach on
Clemson,
Facebook Live.
Chance will be right back. Fire BK.
No,
if we lose to that bastard that runs down the hill like a damn elf,
mark it down. He'll start using the portal right before we play it.
He probably will.
And you guarantee you this offseason he'll use the portal.
Top quarterback.
Just 'cause we're playing them. You watch. Just like USC, I would have loved to have them last year. I mean, you just watch.
Will not be okay if we lose to them. I will be in a bad way. You hear me?
I hate that Clemson.
Let's talk.
That's if we sweep them, we're the real Death Valley, which we already are.
Yeah, Death Valley versus Death Valley.
Freaking, they run down a hill and touch a rock. What's the rock got to do with anything?
Howard's.
Who is Howard?
He said
Howard's.
Who is Howard?
He said Howard's.
It's Howard's.
Don't talk about Howard's Rock.
They take a bus from their locker room around the stadium so they can run down that hill and touch a rock.
Howard's, yeah. Howard's Rock.
Screw Dabo. Screw Clemson. They might be my least favorite university, not named Alabama.
I really can't stand Dabo.
I hate everything about them. I hate their color scheme. I hate their logo.
I really can't stand
I hate that they have a bunch of whites playing.
Their logo does look very high schoolish.
Oh, yeah. Jonesboro used to have that.
Yeah, it looks very high schoolish.
They have way too many Caucasians on the field at one time.
Way too many on offense.
I do not like that. I think there's some racism going on. I'll start that motion.
I would say
Dabo's
that,
a
but he
racist.
has had 3 black quarterbacks.
Yeah. And one was a alleged sexual assaulter.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
He's like massages.
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, maybe he's just reverse.
Yeah.
He likes getting my
After
black
Watson, he's
quarterback.
like, screw this. Yeah.
Never again.
Yeah. And after DJU, he's like, nope.
No Polynesians now.
And then our what's his name? That went to Missouri
Kelly
last
Bryant?
year. Kelly Bryant.
Hey, he wasn't bad.
He
was
wasn't
fine.
terrible.
He liked the weed though, didn't he? Wasn't that his problem?
Oh, surely he didn't do that with Dabo. no.
Not under his name, image, and likeness. Saw a video on Twitter of Dabo and DJ Ugalagale flying in a little PJ,
I
which
saw
was
that
the
too.
smallest private jet I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I saw that
It
too.
might have been a crop duster.
Talking about all those touchdowns he's going to score.
See, that's where you're going to throw them
stadium.
touchdowns at. Shit, did he throw one? I'm not sure he did.
I know he didn't. Did he throw one the other night? I don't have ESPN, so I don't know.
Oh, dude, I forgot I didn't have it today. I got home early. I go over
turn
there.
on
I'm
the
like,
show.
throw on
Yeah.
some ESPN. Sports Center's on. Let me click it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. Same.
okay.
Same.
Let's talk some of the other games real quick, and then we'll finish up this episode. Texas, Michigan, the big game for
Big
sure.
game. I hope Texas wins by 20.
Feels like a trap. That's all I'm saying. Feels like a trap.
I mean, Michigan's literally, they have nothing to lose.
I
This
think-
is their season right here.
I think
I watched Connor Stallions. That dude's my hero.
Have you watched it, Clay?
I have not yet.
Clay.
I have
Dude,
Clay.
I need to.
Yes.
I think he loves Michigan more than you love LSU. I think he does. That dude loves Michigan football.
Unbelievable.
And did you see him take videos, like over 2,000 videos of himself?
Of all the signals.
All
and
the
stuff.
signals, or pictures of
It
all
had
the
it all in a
signals.
computer
And he memorized
program.
them.
Yeah.
Dude, that is insane.
That dude's sick.
Yeah.
That's
He's only got a
sick,
3-year
man.
ban.
Yeah.
I want him at LSU.
He's going to be, he'll make it back in college. Somebody hire him.
And I fully believe when he said that he didn't use all those other stuff to scout and that he got off his scout from the real, like the allowed stuff. I fully believe that because
He lost me, though, with the tickets.
Yeah, he's just a good friend.
And he got the text.
Yeah,
they were trying to be a good friend, text him all the
Yeah.
yeah.
We know you love.
He can't
the game.
recall getting
Can't
those
recall
videos.
it.
No.
Well, what's it matter?
He can't recall being.
If your signals are that easy to pick up, I'm still dying on that hill. Your signals are that easy, you don't change them from week to week.
Yeah, you're right.
You deserve it.
Right, but being on the sideline of another team.
That one.
He didn't recall being on the sideline though. He didn't.
And the fact that he had coaching buddies from Michigan that had moved on to Central Michigan.
Yeah.
They were like,
Clay, it's a must watch.
They were like,
Yeah,
we wondered how he got on the sideline at Central Michigan. Then we looked at the coaching staff and realized he had coached with a bunch of the guys at Michigan, who was now there.
It's a must watch.
Dude, it was so good. I learned a lot about him. Though.
That's where Jim McElwain's at. Central Michigan now.
That's
he was
right.
Colorado State
That's when I found out.
to Central Michigan.
That's when I found out he was still coaching. Was the documentary Monday.
This game Saturday though, it feels like it's
What's the number on it?
7.5 actually.
And then, hey, real quick, then again, the fact that they kept winning without him kind of proves that he wasn't that big of a help.
Well, I think he had all the film.
I mean,
on
at that point, yeah.
Yeah. I guarantee
Well,
he
if they didn't change their signs after him getting busted,
as
then
organized
they
as
definitely don't.
as
deserve to
organized as he was. I guarantee he had it all prepped for him.
Yeah.
win. If they didn't change, they didn't deserve to win.
Hey, it's in the bottom drawer of so and so's desk.
This feels. I think Michigan covers 7.5. I think this is a trap game for Texas.
Slows it down.
Like it's
Just
What
scary.
time?
muddies it
11
out.
a.m.
11
Big
a.m.
noon
at
kickoff.
Michigan. Yeah, like there's just something about this that feels like Texas is going to have a
Assuming
letdown.
game days there, I have not seen it.
It
Has to be.
Has to be.
I
Whoever
know.
they
I
do.
know Barstool's there. Their little game day. That
But
they're doing.
I never saw anything where they announced where they were going.
Maybe it was just assumed.
I don't think.
I would hope.
It's
two
probably
of
the
the
ones they already picked. They probably selected his first
dude. It's
year.
two of the biggest universities in the country.
Biggest brands.
Like it's like two of the probably four biggest brands in football.
Something in my gut says Michigan wins this game. They didn't look good against Fresno. Took everything in them to pull away towards the end.
They are starting to walk on quarterback.
Yeah. But
He just got to hand it off.
at the end of the day, like, is Texas really back? Like, I mean, we kind of saw that last year with the playoff appearance, but this just feels like it's a lot more pressure on them this year. Like last year, it was kind of they were making the playoffs, and it wasn't supposed to be their year yet.
I'm with you. I mean, but it's either going
early,
it's either going to be a really close, tight game, or it's
Texas
gonna be,
won by 20. Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
one of the two.
Absolutely. I think I am leaning towards it being close and Michigan honestly maybe pulling it out.
I just don't know if they're going to have enough quarterback play to pull it out.
Yeah, and they probably won't. But at the same time,
I can see it being ugly.
They might just out physical Texas.
A block punt. Like just make it sloppy. Just
I think
weather
Texas
for
is
it.
really good though. I think Texas is really good.
Texas is really good.
But something in me tells Michigan wins. But we'll see. It's gonna be fun to watch regardless. Arkansas, Oklahoma State.
I'm intrigued.
Very interested in that.
I'm intrigued.
I mean, Arkansas looked good, even though they were playing Pine Bluff. Like
I'm intrigued.
at the end of the day, like scoring 70 on anybody is impressive, especially with that quarterback. Could be very dangerous. Oklahoma State as well.
I want to see that running back.
Yeah,
in this game.
SEC.
Yeah.
Kansas State, Tulane. I think Kansas State covers pretty
How about
easily.
that Tulane quarterback? That kid's an athlete.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're ready for this.
No.
yet. You know, it ain't Pratt for 4 years like it had been.
I will say though, and I don't remember who I was listening to. They were talking about Tulane's coach, and they were like, "This Tulane team will be better led with this coach." Even though
Ben
Fritz was phenomenal there, but Fritz is the type of coach that can build it up.
Yeah.
This coach is
Take
gonna
it to the next
take
level.
it to another level for him.
Where's he from?
I don't know. He was on the staff with Fritz. Like
Okay.
he was in-house hire. But they're really high on that coach. And I don't remember who I was listening to talking about.
John Summerall.
Yep.
That's a Troy hat. Oh, did he come from Troy? Yeah, he was the head coach at Troy for 2 years. He was at Tulane back in 2012.
Oh,
2014.
okay. I misheard it then. I knew he was at
Defensive
Tulane.
guy too. But I mean, Troy's been good.
Troy's always usually
Crap, beat LSU 1 year.
I know exactly where I was in my truck listening to you on the radio. I can tell you exactly where I was at.
Yeah,
I remember
What
that.
a sad day that was.
Yep.
I went to somebody's house. I didn't get out of my truck because I wanted to finish the game. I did not get out of my truck and go to my buddy's house. I just drove. I just left. I was so depressed.
Go Tigers.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech versus Kyle McCord. Syracuse, baby.
That's going to be a snooze fest.
What else is there? Baylor at Utah, Iowa State, Iowa.
Quite literally nothing.
South Florida, Bama could be interesting. It was a tight game last year, and USF's supposed to have a really good season this year. Kansas at Illinois, fun game in my opinion, just based on the
Those
matchup.
logos are weird
Yeah,
together.
it is. Tennessee, NC
It's
State.
not basketball.
Like, this ain't March, is it?
Yeah, Tennessee, NC State, one of the better games, I would say. Nico's a dog. I don't give a crap. Like, he's awesome.
Oklahoma minus 29 versus Houston just feels weird.
Like, too much or too little?
I
It
think
just
it's
feels
little.
too much.
I think
Did
it's
you
too
watch
little.
Houston?
I'm just talking about like the
Houston
team
barely
names.
beat.
And what Houston has been
They
the
lost
past few years.
27-7 last
That's
week.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
They scored late.
It just feels weird because like Houston has had like a pretty good
Yeah,
decade.
I mean, if De'Aaron King or something, like,
you know, it's weird.
I wonder where he's at now.
De'Aaron King, yeah.
What a pull that was.
App State and Clemson.
App State might win that football game.
No, they're not. Clemson by 30.
Probably.
Boise State, Oregon. Oregon looked rough last
The battle
week.
of LeGarrette Blunt.
They looked
Yeah,
rough.
that shocked me.
They looked rough against Idaho.
Which I don't read a lot into week one though. Too.
No.
I mean, they're
How did Gabriel throw for 380 and they only scored like 20 points?
Yeah, he was like 33 for 38. Like
Check
very
down.
efficient, but they just
call
didn't
him
score.
Check down Jesus around these
Yeah,
parts.
and then the freaking Boise running back,
Worked for Bo
267 and 6 touchdowns.
who did they even play?
Georgia
Idaho
Southern.
West.
Georgia
Okay.
Southern. Arizona looked fun. The freaking McMillan's a
my
stud,
gosh.
dude. He runs fast.
Holy
like
cow.
it's crazy. Utah State, Miller Moss.
What year is he?
McMillan?
Yeah.
Junior. He's going out this year.
No, he's gone.
Yeah, probably top 5 pick. But yeah, that's pretty much it for college football this week. A lot of LSU. Who cares about anything else?
What time do we play Saturday?
We don't even have a spread. 6:30.
6:30.
I would take whatever the spread was.
I
if
was
we could.
going to, but
He get hit in the damn hand.
I'd have taken 45. Like,
Yeah. yeah. Give me 50. I'll take it.
Yeah.
This is going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, and it needs to be.
Yes.
It should be.
It should be a statement.
Yeah. Hopefully there's a line that'll come out before then.
Surely, there's got to be.
Maybe Emory took it off the books. You know, I don't know. I mean,
Man, I feel sorry for Emory.
Tech only beat them like 25-18. So.
He might get a 7th year. I'm not even freaking joking.
He will get it if he wants it. He will.
He might as well. He ain't going to the NFL no more.
I think he'll come back.
I mean,
what else?
he ain't got nothing else to do. Work towards being a freaking GA or something.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for college.
Go Tigers. I still love
Tigers.
Hey. Ain't nothing else left to do than just win the whole thing. Ain't nothing else left to do.
Everything is still in front of you.
We knew we had to split USC Ole Miss.
We could still be the number 1 team in the nation at the end of the year.
Clay, we can. All we got to do is just fix the mistakes. It's a learning experience. You don't want to peak week 1.
That is one thing I will always give BK. His team's improved throughout the year.
Well, yeah, because he starts off with an L every year.
Well, I mean, but I'm talking about you see guys that grow and the team gets better. I mean, I'll never say that doesn't happen. In the past, some of our coaches, that was not the case.
October 12th. October 12th.
Brian
That's
Aaron.
the season.
That's it.
All right.
This ain't how it's supposed to be. It should be just you and me. I feel